Jacques de Molay is one of the few servants that can deal bonus MP damage to almost everything thanks to his burn mechanic, and this guy will quickly go through his skills, Noble Phantasm, Strength, Weakness, and Team Synergy. Skill 1 increase party attack and defense by 20% for 3 turns, restores 2000 HP per turn for 3 turns, and grants a one-time debuff immunity for 3 turns to the entire party. Skill 2 reduce all enemies MP gauge by 1, then charges the party's MP gauge by 10% per turn for 3 turns and 20% MP damage up for 3 turns, while also charging Molly's MP gauge by 30%. Skill 3 targets an ally, granting them a 1000 HP guts for 1 time 3 turns, a 2000 damage cut for 3 times 3 turns, and 100% buff removal resistance for 3 turns. Molly also gained 30% odds and buster performance up for 3 turns. Molly's Noble Phantasm is a buster AoE. Before damage, it increases his MP damage by 10% for 1 turn, then grants himself a 3-turn burn on attack buff, which applies a 500 damage burn to enemies before attacking. After that, the MP deals extra damage against enemies with burn status, increasing 10% for each burn stack, up to 200% MP extra damage at 10 stacks. The MP also applies 500 burn to Molly himself as a demerit. Jacques de Molay is essentially an anti-everything servant. Because his MP applies burn before the damage is calculated, his special attack modifier will always activate, even against enemies without burn beforehand. This allows Molay to deal bonus damage to nearly every enemy. He can also stack additional burn through normal attack after using his Noble Phantasm, allowing him to potentially reach maximum MP damage scaling around turn 3. Molly also provides strong team support, including Skill 1's party attack, defense and HP regeneration, Skill 2's party MP regeneration and MP damage buffs, and Skill 3's single target survivability through damage cut and guts. This allows him to shine as a hybrid support also. On top of that, he also offers gimmick control ability, including enemy MP drain, party debuff immunity, buff removal resistance. These utilities make them particularly valuable in challenge quests and difficult boss fights. However, Molly does have some limitations. First, if enemies are immune to burn or have high debuff resistance, Molly loses his main damage multiplier. Second, his MP requires several turns to reach maximum damage because burn stacks must accumulate. Unlike servants like Logres, who stacks buff directly onto themselves per MP loop, Molly's MP damage depends on building debuffs on the enemy. This means if a new enemy appears, the burn stacks must be built again before reaching maximum damage. Another small but important detail is his MP demerit. Because the MP applies burn to Molly himself, it will consume the one-time debuff immunity from skill 1. Since Molay is heavily MP focused, the standard buster support team with Koyanska and Oberon combined with Black Grail works extremely well for farming setups. For additional looping stability, Elizabeth of the End can be used as a plugin support. If you prefer a survivability focused setup, servants like Merlin or Constantine VI are strong choices since they provide buster buffs and party invincibility. There are also several interesting off-meta synergies. For example, Summer Fairy Tristan works very well with Molly. Her skill 1 extends Molly's HP regeneration, MP regeneration, and enemy burn duration by 3 turns. Skill 2 removes enemy buff and reduces their debuff resistance, and Skill 3 increases party's MP damage by up to 40%. Another option is Rule Autoria, which provides strong party attack and crit buffs while also allowing players to reset command card decks, making it easier to chain Molay's normal attacks and build burn stacks. Alternatively, Shishinami Hakuno can achieve a similar effect through his first skill if he has enough MP available. For DOT teams, Molay can also pair well with servants like Yang Guifei or Koyanska of Darkness along with the Honey Lake Craft Essence. Yang Guifei gains additional damage when attacking burned enemies, while Koyanska of Darkness can apply burn, poison, and curse effect, further increasing Molay's burn synergy and damage potential. Overall, Jacques de Molay is a unique anti-everything saber. He combines high MP damage potential with strong party support and utility, making him very effective in challenge quests and complex 90++ farming nodes. However, because his damage heavily relies on burn stack ramp up, I would recommend MP2 or higher if you want the best experience in farming content. Let me know in the comments what you think about this version of Molay and what teams you're planning to use with him. And if this guide helped you understand the servant better, consider subscribing for more FGO guides and gameplay. And watch this Logres guide to learn why she is the best Saber looper in the current meta.